3 minutes early. Let people get in, start 3 minutes early. And I get so like the goal is not to swear, right? Just try to be wholesome as possible. We're gonna tell them what they want, what they're gonna get from the beginning, and then just go from there. You know, but
Yeah.
that man, I was just looking at like all the games and like the way they have kids games right now is crazy, bro. Like the way the games are, it's almost like reading a book or watching a movie, and like all Max is doing is walking, and then it's like press A, and then he presses A, and it's like, oh, he has to jump here. I'm like, yo, that's genius.
Well, you know why they did that? It's because you don't have those games like you used to before, and you'd have the book with the buttons.
Right.
Like they actually do a tutorial in the game.
Yeah.
So that way, and I mean it's smart, it's genius. And then when things happen over time in the game too,
Mhm.
they will show you how to use certain things in games.
Mm.
So I mean that was but that was a big purchase for you, right?
Yeah,
That was a decent purchase.
yeah,
Not
yeah.
like expensive, but like just a decent. I've been telling you to jump on that.
Yeah, nah, it's definitely one of those things you have to like look at, and like they have like all these record features, so that's like just another thing to learn. What up, bro? So yeah, that's just another thing to learn.
Good evening, bro. Good evening. Good evening.
But where it's definitely it's definitely like there's a learning curve, but I didn't like know that it could be this easy. You know what I mean? Like I think it's like one of those things where like because like I just caught like a Peloton too, for like to work out to like start to work out. And like the first time I like did cardio in 4 years was like 2 days ago,
Well,
and it's
I've
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, it's more crazy because like the instructors is cool and like like the workouts are like things you wouldn't know about, like you wouldn't think about. So they'll be like, yo, 90s hip hop, and then Shorty start talking about her life. I'm like, yo, damn, I gotta get nice so I can do this.
But you remember how? I mean, I don't really remember, but I remember watching videos on it. But how crazy working out was in the 80s.
Word. Oh yeah.
Working out was it. Like you had like you would go into dance studios and it would be filled.
Yeah.
So when I would watch, I used to be addicted to watching Melrose Place when I was a kid. I don't know what it was about it. I just liked the chaos. But I would watch.
Hello. Gonna wait for Mo to call back. Got a little issue, and we should be back in 2 seconds. I'll introduce the show until Mo comes back or calls back. Hold on, let me hit him up. Tell him to call back. We was rocking and rolling until I lost him. Hold on. Yeah. Woo. That was more like that. Yeah, I'm here good, bro. Thank you. But we gotta wait for Mo to call back now because the system shut shut down. What up, Andrew? Yeah. So yeah, so this is funny. Mo and I was just talking about why come Andrew.
I don't know what happened.
Nah, I think that's all me because like I think we went live early and then it was like yeah,
Okay.
something like that. We'll piece it together. But yeah, man. So
Yeah,
welcome
but
to
you
the
know what that?
hold on,
But go ahead.
it's 8 now, so like welcome to the Play Myself show. I'm Myles.
And I am Mo. What's
And
up?
what's up?
What's up?
What's good, Mo?
What's going on, man?
Chilling, bro. Chilling. Like we were just talking before this, but like I just got like a gaming console, so I'm like really into
Tell me
like
what game and console you got.
I got Xbox, bro. There's no the thing is like there's no PlayStation 5s around, and it was like they make them every 10 years. So like I know the four is still cash because you got the four, but
Yeah.
come on, son. Like you about to make a purchase like that, son. You want the I want the new joint.
I mean, listen, everyone's got their own thing, right?
Yeah.
So I've always been like this. So whenever the PlayStation 3 came out, I was rocking a PlayStation 2.
Oh,
Now the reason why I did that was because economically everything would be cheaper.
okay.
And they get all the bugs out of everything too.
I
And
feel like, I mean, go ahead.
you
And
feel like
what?
what?
I just feel like that's like, it, but they have bugs like that
Yeah,
at
yeah,
this stage of the game. I mean, the
yes,
1 to the 2, I can see, but at this stage of the game,
yeah.
yeah, okay,
I mean, I'm a gamer, so I know. Like,
yeah,
so Brooke will tell you, and correct me if I'm wrong, Brooke, but when I play Skyrim, that thing still crashes from time to time.
uh,
Yeah, yeah, and it's
how
um
though?
because if you got too many things going on, then it'll just shut off. The console doesn't know what to do. It's just too many
Oh,
things going on. Same thing with
yeah,
PS5, right? So a lot of people said Cyberpunk
mm-hmm,
was like the number one game when it came out. That
mm-hmm,
thing still has bugs. People returned it. They started returning it because it's got a lot of
mm,
bugs. The bigger the map is on a game and the
mm-hmm,
more things that are going on, the
mm-hmm.
harder it is for the computer in a game to process it.
Oh, well,
Yeah, yeah, it's like that. And that's one of the reasons why I always wait, because they usually figure it out. So by the time they're talking about developing a PlayStation 6,
mm-hmm,
that's
mm-hmm.
around the time that I'm getting the 5. Because
Wow.
all the
So you
games,
can't even find
all
a
the
5 now.
no, you can. You can. It's
I
just that
can't.
it's going to be
Okay.
hard. It's hard to get your hands on it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I couldn't find one at any store.
No, you're not going to.
Mm. Right.
You you would have been better off um getting it in the summertime,
Mm-hmm.
and even then that's a stretch, because right around like this time, October, November, December, that's the holiday season.
Yeah.
People trying to get it early for Christmas presents.
You could sell that shit for like probably double. You think? Nah, not that much.
Yeah, yeah,
What?
yeah.
Mm.
Hell yeah, for
That's dope.
triple.
Triple?
Yeah, people will buy it.
Oh shit.
You know?
Yeah.
So I
So
mean, since we're talking about video games, right? And
yeah.
I promise I'm not going to go dive too deep into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
was what was that video game that you couldn't beat?
Me?
Yeah,
None, bro.
none. There was
Yeah. Like,
never
bro,
one that
this is like my first console since Super Nintendo. So like,
you never played a game. Well, okay. Let me say it like this. You've never played a game where you couldn't figure it out and you needed assistance.
oh, most of the games I like Zelda, I couldn't really figure that out, but I figured it out. It took
Right.
like it took me like it took like the average person like 3 months to beat it. It took me like probably like 8.
Yeah, it took me damn near a year to beat Zelda.
Yeah, that's
You
what
got
I'm
to
saying.
take it, and then the worst part is you got to take a break from it. Sometimes you
Yeah,
get mad at the game, you got to take a break from it.
yeah, word.
So,
That journey is real. So,
yeah,
but that's what I like. So that's why I got the game I got.
right.
But once you buy games, you can't return them like that because it's just like right on a console. It's weird the way they do it now.
Yeah,
So yeah, man.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I saw this funny TikTok, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just mad funny. So dude was arguing with his wife, like, yo, like, why we have to lift the seat up and put the seat down? That's like two, you know what I mean? That's like two motions, and like all you have to do is like squat, like, and you don't pick the seat up. For me, even the you peed, so it's like 2-0 as far as like things to do. And then so I was like, yo, this is super petty, but I feel him. Yeah.
Well, I think so. We're talking about why do women get mad when you don't put the seat
We're like my wife,
down?
you been in my house, she has like a sign, put me down. Like on the like the bowl. So like,
So
and you dudes are supposed to lift it up to pee.
so I think that the reason why is because it's more decorative. When you have it down there, like you don't need to have the toilet seat up to look into the toilet. Like, you know what I mean? They
Yeah,
don't want they don't want you to see into the toilet. They want, if you got to use it, fine, you lift it up and you use it.
right.
But they don't want you to walk into the bathroom and then the toilet's right there. You can see everything that's in the toilet. Not saying that there's gonna be like stuff in there, but if there was stuff floating in there or something, or you don't have to see that when the toilet seat's down.
Nah, bro. They're not really talking about the seat. It's just talking about like the actual seat, not the cover. That's the real compliance is just the seat.
Nah, it's the cover too. I can
No,
I can understand. Listen, I can understand having the seat down with the cover. That part I get. But when you argue with me to just have the seat down,
that's
yeah,
what
that's
it
an issue.
is, bro. That's the
That's the
thing.
issue.
That's what it
Yeah.
is. Yeah. So it's
Yeah, if
like
it's a seat down in the cover, I completely understand it.
it's
But the
definitely not the
seat, just
cover.
the seat down, no. No.
So that's what I'm
What
saying.
did they
Like,
say in the comments? They said something. Hold on, let me check these
well, Miss
comments.
Mimi says the
I know.
seat down doesn't bother her. It's when it's wet. That's when she draws the line, and I get that, but still, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I gotta put it down no matter what for you. So like, why can't you just lift it up for me? And like, it's a one on one. It's a one on one. Because I feel like if a girl uses if my wife uses the bathroom, then she knows she's not gonna use the bathroom again before me. So she should just lift it up.
Right. Right. I
Or
mean, so she says it doesn't bother her. Brooke says that the toilet seat being up is not an issue. You lift it. I let it down. Same motion, no issues. If there's company, lid down, simply. I mean,
right.
I I don't I don't disagree with the lid and the seat being down, like I said. Um, but I disagree when somebody says put the toilet seat down and they only put the toilet seat down and they're arguing with you with that. That's annoying
But that's the
because, like you
only
said,
thing.
yeah, like you said, I mean, it's the same motion.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
I don't understand it. And then people get like, so I didn't like it when I was single, and then if I have somebody come over and they say, "Oh, you don't put the toilet seat down," you have females coming over, and it's
See?
like, no, I mean,
But
I'm
the
I'm
whole
I
premise
live
behind that
here.
rule,
It's fine.
yeah. The whole premise behind that rule is so like if it was late and she was like half asleep, she wouldn't fall in.
Yo, I don't care how many women say that they are gonna fall in. Like, if you're dumb enough to not look down at the seat before you sit down on it,
The
then
views
you
here
deserve
are
to fall
expressed
in.
by Mo
A
and
matter of
Lola.
fact, I wish that you fell down in the toilet when I was there, so I could fucking you'd be a TikTok.
But bro, you doing it but you doing it like you wouldn't be there because it would be late night. That's the thing, like that's like they half asleep.
Right?
I
I'm
can
I'm
see
just
that
saying.
because you ever seen like a girl go to the bathroom like half asleep? It's just like crazy shit. It's weird.
Nah, because I'm usually asleep. She's
Yeah.
half asleep. I'm asleep.
but, but so you got one for us, Mo?
Yeah, so do you think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that women want a more traditional man?
Hmm.
I was talking to somebody today, and she just recently broke up with her boyfriend. So she's out in the dating field. And so she said, Maurice, can I ask you a question? I'm like, yeah, yeah. And so she goes, why are men not traditional anymore?
Because they scared.
Right? And I'm like, well, what do you mean by traditional? right? And so she's like, hold a door open for women, pay the bill when we go out, and all this stuff, like things like that. Just being a gentleman,
Right,
right?
right, right.
And I'm like, I was like, well, 80% of the guys that you probably see,
Mm-hmm.
um, or that are willing to date you,
Mm-hmm.
you're probably only willing to date 20% of them. You're probably,
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like most of the guys that they date,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they're just that other 20% that are like that could be assholes or whatever. You know what I mean? So I don't think that they go for that traditional guy. That's where the whole "I
Bro,
want a bad boy" goes
let me
in.
tell you. Let me tell you this, right? I think that
Yeah.
most people don't know who they want, right, until they with a person that they don't want, right? So I don't know, like it kind of breathes into like what else we talked, something else we talked about, but until you get to know yourself, it you really don't know what you really like, and a lot of people are followers, you know, and they think they want to be like other people because that's the model that they see. Most of us don't live the life that our parents live, so our model is kind of jacked up. But because we know more positive stuff, we try harder to do more positive things. But I don't think it's something where I know who I'm gonna like in at the times where people knew it before. So the answer to your
Hmm.
question is I don't think they they people know who they want, but when they see chivalry, instead of acting defensive, like like some we females might be like, I'll open the door for myself. They should just embrace it because so you understand that you're not making this gentleman out to be something else.
Well, I asked her. I said, what if you found this traditional man, right? Let's say that you did.
Hmm.
You find this traditional man that you're looking for. Now, when you find this traditional man,
She said she
and
liked the
he says,
traditional man.
"What's that?"
She said she wants a traditional man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She said that was a question that she asked me. She said, Why are men not traditional anymore?" And
Okay.
so I said, let's say that you find this traditional man. If you find this traditional man, um, are you gonna be a traditional woman for him?
Mm.
And she's like, "Well, what do you mean?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Well, you know what a traditional man is. In your mind, what is a traditional woman?" And so she goes, "We don't live back in the '60s."
See, that shit is like trauma to her. That shit
Yo,
is like
yo.
word.
Like
You said some Kanye shit to her.
I'm not gonna go back to being a housewife or you know.
Mm.
And I'm like, but it's so nonchalant. I was like, it's so
Right.
nonchalant for you to say where are all the traditional men at, but what about the traditional women? When you say something about somebody being a traditional woman, now all of a sudden she gets defensive.
That shit is mad. That shit is mad funny.
But it's true.
It is true, and I know like it's just the same thing. Like with the gay argument, it's the same thing. Like if you say uh black people, it's like okay, you know what I mean. But as soon as you say something else, it's like okay, like we can't say nothing else. You know what I mean? But it's the same thing. The people, both
Wait, what do you
people,
mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
because Kanye, he's kind of making like waves, saying like he's saying like he say what he say, but he said like yo, this is our Holocaust, right? Because most black people die in abortion clinics, right? And then they was like, yo,
Hmm.
you can't compare that to the actual Holocaust. He was like, why can't I? He's right though. Like, I mean, you can say like you whatever. He was like, yo, why can't I? I'm just asking a question.
I mean,
That's
so
mad funny.
so I mean, I would say I
just said, why can't I?
wait, wait. So the reason why I say that he can't say that,
He
well,
can't
first
say
off,
it.
he can. He
Yeah,
can say it.
that's all he's saying.
The thing is that um it's not really the same thing. There was a war. There was a whole war. And I
Right.
mean, but but he can say that about how he feels, but he's not representing everybody. He's not representing everybody else by saying this
Yo,
is our Holocaust.
Mo,
That's what I'm saying.
you're the
You're not
smartest man in the
representing
world.
everyone.
Exactly. He's not representing me in anything. And I voted for him. He's not representing me with anything. But like, why are they putting so much credit on him? You know what I mean? It's just hilarious. They say you can't say that. He said, yes, I can. I just did. Yo, yo, you ever got tight at something like in sports and then realized that you was like jacked up? Like I didn't know that baseball moved their playoffs to 3 games for the first round, and I was like, the Mets is here. It's like game 3. And they lost. I was like, yo, don't worry, we got to go back to their house and beat them. It was like, now the Mets is out. I was like, what? Out after three
Oh,
games? Yeah, they made their playoffs crazy in baseball.
I mean,
They did baseball.
I don't really watch baseball. I remember in basketball, um, it used to be 5 games in the first round and then 7 and all the rest.
Right.
Um, I didn't agree with that. I thought it should just be 7 across the board.
All
You
around?
know, yeah, 7 across the board. But your question was, did I ever get mad that a team got knocked out of the playoffs?
Right, right.
Um, who did I know that I got mad when Cleveland knocked out Chicago, or was it Cleveland? It was either Cleveland or the Heat, but I know LeBron was on there. I think it was the Heat
It had to be Cleveland.
because um because I remember Derrick Rose was going crazy, and then the next year he got hurt.
He
But
was
I
going
mean, he had
crazy.
that.
D-Wade,
Yeah,
sit
Derrick
your ass
Rose.
down.
Yo, Derrick Rose.
Yeah, he was
If
true.
Derrick Rose never got hurt, yo, he'd be an animal.
Think he'd been better than Penny? Talk heavy.
Um,
Both not hurt.
if he if he never got hurt, yeah, he would have been better than Penny. You know why?
Wow.
Because Penny got hurt.
Yeah, I'm talking about
If
both of them
Penny,
never got hurt.
if Penny never got hurt, yo, Penny was a nightmare.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Penny was a nightmare, bro. Like people forget how nice he was. My man, he was an average
Yo,
shooter. Then
Scott never uses
he had
imagination. Scott never uses imagination. So he just stop him. Son, was the greatest. I'm gonna say
Penny.
Penny was
No, no.
the greatest big point guard ever.
So so
Like he was
here's the
like
thing.
Magic Johnson. He would have been a Magic. He would have taken your spot.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Scott. Because I know you're you're wondering why I'm saying yes.
Healthy.
I agree
Yeah,
with you.
yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. But here's the thing: is that the reason why I'm saying that Derrick Rose would have been better than Penny is because if Derrick Rose never got hurt and Penny did get hurt, then
Right.
yeah. But with both of them healthy, Penny's a nightmare. Because Penny had something that Derrick Rose never had. Penny had an inside and outside jump shot. Derrick Rose never had an outside jump shot. And
Penny was the
Penny
truth,
had better
though.
defense.
Yeah, Penny was the truth, man.
He,
I think honestly, if Penny not got hurt, Penny's fucking with Kobe.
Wrong. Nope. That is a
Facts.
damn lie.
Yo, Penny never got hurt, and they would have kept that team together, and Kobe would have never got those championships. They would, and Orlando would have all them championships.
Shaq was already ready to leave. He was
If
ready to
Penny
go.
never got hurt and they would have went to the championships, regardless what
Shaq
Shaq
would have
wanted to
left.
do, bro.
Shaq would
You
have
know how,
left.
bro. That team was too young, bro. They could have got Shaq.
Shaq, Shaq would have left,
If
even if they wanted
Penny
to.
would have stayed 20 joints and Penny would have stayed healthy, Penny was a point guard to
Shaq would
beat
have
all.
left.
Okay, Penny whatever, even Dolo.
Mm-mm.
All right, sleep on
Mm-mm.
him.
Because they had a Horace Grant that had already been
To the Bulls.
he
Yeah.
yeah, he was with the Bulls, but he wasn't really great. He was getting to that. Well, I don't want to say he wasn't great. He was good. He could still do stuff, but I think Horace Grant was the first Chris Webber.
Horace Grant?
He
Nah.
played like
That
Chris
wasn't that.
he played like Chris Webber.
Nah, it wasn't nice.
If you go back and watch the tapes, the only
No,
thing
Chris
that
Webber was way
Horace
better than
Grant
him.
didn't huh?
Chris Webber was way better than Horace Grant, bro.
He was, but I'm saying he was the first one that was really like that. If you ask me, explosive, can still shoot the jump shot, can still handle the ball a little bit. Like he was the first one. It's just that Chris Webber was an upgrade.
You think that I thought Charles Barkley was the first one, bro. No.
Mm-mm.
Charles Barkley was
Charles Barkley was a low post six. He was basically a small forward that played power forward because he was so damn strong.
yeah. All right.
But I digress.
Digress. What what the fuck were we talking about? Oh, yeah, I try not to swear.
So
I feel like I'm hearing myself twice.
So since we're on a basketball topic, and this is gonna go into something else. You know how they have the whole Russell Westbrook is gonna get traded and everything.
I think so.
You know how we were having a conversation earlier today about Russell Westbrook, about how him and Pat Bev had a history, right? And so for people who don't know who Russell Westbrook and Pat Bev are, they're both basketball players that play on the Lakers. They had a rivalry and a nasty history because Pat Bev he's a hard-nosed defender, and Russell Westbrook is an aggressive offensive player, like get to the basket. So whenever they clash,
Scott keeps saying stupid shit. Sorry.
What did he say?
He said Barkley's overrated. He can't be overrated, bro, because the NBA changed the rule for him. It's like he can't be overrated, bro. Come on, man. You gotta give it to him, dude. Barkley was nice. You probably just started watching basketball at that time, but before that, Barkley was nice. Trust me.
When Barkley went to Phoenix, he was at his height.
Right. Maybe.
Barkley
because he was the leader.
And
before he had Moses.
No, that was after.
No.
He had Moses.
When he was younger, when he was in Philly, he had Moses in him, so he had to do the joint. But then when he went to Phoenix, go ahead.
But he had an older Moses Malone. They weren't doing anything anymore.
Yeah, he had the mentor Moses.
Yeah, but they weren't doing anything. He was basically on the Sixers by himself. Who else did they have? Dr. J, who was old.
But bro, those old dudes, you still gotta finesse him a little bit. Like, and he'll even tell you he was fat until Moses made him. Like, Moses saved his career, so you can't say that.
Doesn't matter if he saved his career. It's just that they're not doing anything when it comes like on the basketball court. He might be able to defend a person or two, but Moses wasn't. He wasn't the same old Moses from before. He wasn't that guy anymore.
So you said,
he wasn't the Moses Malone from Atlanta Hawks.
Okay, so you saying that Phoenix Barkley is the Barkley?
Phoenix Barkley was basically Phoenix Barkley was.
Yo, Scott is trolling right now. He's saying Akeem was nice. Everybody else during that time was bums. Come on.
So Phoenix Barkley is equivalent to Lakers Shaq, right? Okay. As far as as far as his age and his prime years,
Mm-hmm.
that was what Barkley was to Phoenix.
Mm.
And then they made the playoffs every year. They
Yeah,
had
yeah,
Tom
it was
Chambers,
nice.
they had a
Yeah,
young Dan Marley, they had a young Jeff Hornacek. They had a decent team and they had a good bench.
right.
They
But
were good.
the whole thing about this is Scott saying that Barkley's trash, and I'm just saying like Barkley can never be trash, bro. He was nice. But what he could do at that time, he basically had the whole team. I'm not gonna say on his back, but he shot threes.
Uh,
He was Draymond Green, and he scored 30 points a game. Right or wrong?
I mean, yeah, I
Yes,
mean
bro.
he was yeah.
He was
No,
Draymond
he was
Green, and he led the team in everything. What are you gonna do?
I mean you can't really do anything. I
Yo,
mean,
I
so
don't.
when we talk
Yo, he
about
said Draymond's better. Yeah, all right, Scott. Thank you, brother. Draymond better than Barkley. He's tripping now.
when we talk about Charles Barkley, right? When he first started out, he was averaging about 20 plus points a game, right? Then he started to
Well,
jump up in the 23, 20, 25. He always stayed actually stagnant.
mhm,
Um, he never hit the 30-point mark, but it was always around that 20 points a game
mhm,
average.
mhm.
Now, you can't say that a guy that's averaging 20 and 10, 20 and 14, 20 and 12, that they're trash.
Right.
You can't really say that. I mean, now this was back in an era.
Mm-hmm.
Now to this was back in an era where big men dominated the game. So this is Charles Barkley actually had a harder time playing
Exactly.
because big men and he was short. He was shorter than
Word.
all the big men.
Word.
So you might say that he played against bums,
Nah,
but
bro.
it's no different than saying. But you saying that he played against bums is kind of like you saying that LeBron played against bums, because right
Exactly.
now it's you know pretty much stretch four guards pretty much run the NBA right now. Your
Right.
guys that can shoot, they're running the NBA right now. But
yo,
back then, it was more you throw the ball in the post and get out of the way.
yo, Scott going off on Barkley. He said, "Look at his highlights, is all layups." That's true though, but it's mad funny. That's true. But yo, it was. Yeah, I'm telling you, Sky.
but,
If you watch him,
but
he did his thing, man. But that is mad funny because that is true. It's all
it is
layups.
no,
Yeah, that's a
it
dope
is
video to make right there. Just like Barkley highlight watches. It's all layup. Like he couldn't dunk. Yo, he couldn't jump high, but he would grab rebounds because it was mad
because
time.
he was
It took him
strong.
but
He
he
was strong.
didn't dunk like that though.
I mean, he didn't dunk like that, but
That's bad.
people. So here's the thing, right?
Word, word.
You can't take anything away from Barkley, right?
Okay.
And this is
Yeah.
why. So you taking away from Barkley is like me saying, "Hey, who is better, Dennis Rodman or Barkley?"
Barkley.
Bar- Barkley made more All Star games. He
He led the team,
scored
bro.
more points. He scored more points. He did a lot of things better than Rodman. But would
Right.
I rather have Charles Barkley on the team opposed to Dennis Rodman? Hell no. Hell
I don't
no.
know, bro. Depends what the team was about.
Bro, I don't care what the team looks like. If you asked me who would I rather have on a team, Charles Barkley or Dennis Rodman, and we're talking Rodman on Chicago. Chicago Rodman, Spurs Rodman. I would rather have that Rodman.
Mm.
Because the thing about Rodman is he was very durable, and
Yo.
how do I make no sense? Tell me, Scott, how I make no sense. I would rather have a Dennis
Yeah.
Rodman over a Charles Barkley any day.
Yo, I
Absolutely.
don't know. Scott, I don't know what Scott's album should put the link in the chat because he's going bucket. But I would rather have Charles Barkley, bro, than some Dennis Rodman. But
I would much rather have Dennis Rodman.
but that's you.
First
But
off, Dennis Rodman is my favorite player, anyways.
of
So I'm
course, that's
always
why you
gonna say
say
Dennis
that.
Rodman.
Yeah, word.
Yeah,
John
I'm
Starks.
always gonna say
I'd
that.
rather have John
But
Starks, but I wouldn't have John Starks rather than Kobe.
what's
John
that?
Starks. John Starks my favorite player, but I'd rather have Kobe rather than John Starks.
Yeah, but it's different because Kobe brings so much more to the game than John Starks does. Now, granted, Barkley.
Barkley
Hold
brings so
on.
much more. Yeah.
I understand that, but what Barkley does bring to the game, it's so significant. He night in and night out, yo, all he has to do is grab boards, and he led the league in rebounding for so many years. I'd rather have that guy on my team, the guy who hustles for everything, the guy who's a better defender. I would
But
rather have
don't act
him.
like Barkley
A little
wasn't
more.
in. But when Barkley was in that top 5 rebounding joint for a minute too, bro. Like Barkley was grabbing rebounds too. He wasn't grabbing
I'm
Rodman
not
numbers,
I'm not
but he
saying
was.
I'm not saying that he wasn't. He was a 20 and 10, 20 and 15 guy. I'm not saying that I'm not taking that away from him. What I am saying is that watching Dennis Rodman growing up, bro, like I'm always going to say
Oh
that
yeah,
I'd
yeah, of
rather
course,
have
yeah.
Dennis Rodman as a, you know
Oh
what I mean?
okay,
So,
okay, I get
you
that.
know, like I'm always going to say it. That's like you would pick Bill Russell over a lot of the centers,
Yeah,
right? Like there's a lot of centers that you would pick
that's the
Bill
coach.
Russell
Yeah,
over,
yeah, yeah.
or
Okay,
you know
man.
what I mean. But
We
you
get the
know,
point.
if Bill Russell played against
No,
if Bill Russell played against a a prime Shaq, we already know what would have ended up happening.
or Akeem Olajuwon with a bust Bill Russell ass.
Right, right.
Yo,
You
Scott
know,
saying name. All right, Mo could probably do this. I can't do that. He's saying name top 5 power forwards in the '90s.
top 5 power forwards in the '90s,
'90s, yeah.
like scoring wise, or
Just power forwards. Akeem said not Akeem. So you talking about like Sean Kemp? I would say Dennis Rodman
Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan came
in the
into the league
'90s.
in the late '90s though, so I don't want to
Oh,
count him. It would definitely be Sean Kemp for me,
yeah.
human high,
I said Sean
the Rain
Kemp.
Man. You know,
I say Barkley. Nah, Barkley was in the '90s. Yeah, Barkley. You gotta give Barkley that, son.
I
Barkley. He said Kemp was a bum. You wildin', son.
who
um, Scott gonna
who's
say
balling?
Scott. He gonna say Kemp was a bum. Now he's
um,
bugging. See,
Derek Derek Coleman was
Derek
good
Coleman
back
was
then
alright.
too.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, I'm trying to think of the Carl Malone. You
Oh,
can't forget about Carl
yeah.
Malone. Um,
See, Scott took us all our joint. He says when asked his team will win the 2023 NBA Finals, the GM said Milwaukee Bucks had the overwhelming favorite, hosting Larry O'Brien Trophy. Agree or disagree? No, I don't think
wait, what
so.
did it say?
She's saying that like somebody. She said that recently when asked which team would win. All right, GM had the over Milwaukee Bucks. I don't know what GM she's talking about. Agree or disagree? I don't think the Milwaukee Bucks are gonna win the championship though. I don't. I don't know. Like I don't really follow ball like that until like the end. But I think that they have a good team. But I personally think that like I think that uh what's his name Westbrook should go to New Orleans and
New
they be
Orleans? Nope,
mm-hmm. And then they
nope.
get somebody for him, and that's how the Lakers could do it.
What Russell Westbrook needs to pick up a clipboard. He
Nah,
needs he's not no he's not the same player that he was years ago.
he
Um,
said pick up a
so the
clipboard.
thing is the thing about Russell Westbrook is this, right?
Mm,
With Russell Westbrook losing a step and his the fact that he can't shoot a jump shot,
mm.
um, I think that all the teams in the NBA have figured him out, and they're just like, shit, let him shoot. Let him shoot. You
Yeah,
know,
well,
and that's what they've been doing Because before they would
Yeah.
play up tight on him, and now they're just like, no, let him shoot because we don't want him to blow past us. Now that he's lost a step, he can't just bully his way through anymore. He can't do it.
Right,
You
right,
know.
right. Right, right.
Matter of fact, what they'll do is, I think they were playing Portland the other day. They had Nurkic was guarding Russell Westbrook, and Nurkic is a slow center. He said, "Screw it, I'll guard him." And I mean, he didn't guard him the whole game, but he just
got up on him.
Shadowed him, and it was basically the Lakers playing 4-on-5 because they were like daring Russell Westbrook to shoot.
And I think shoot though now.
Yeah, I don't. Who can?
Westbrook. I thought he
Russell Westbrook cannot shoot. Now, if I was Russell Westbrook, I would take a page out of Pat Beverly's book, and I would stop trying. No, I would stop trying to score, and I would put all my energy towards playing defense. That's all I would do. Become a hard-nosed defensive player, and now you've changed your game. Because if you remember, there was a guy, Tony Allen, that used to play for Boston. He got hurt.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop. Yo, I can't stand you, Scott. But if you put oh shit, he made me forget.
See, Tony Allen, Baker too. Vin Baker too, Scott. That's another one.
Vin Baker was not that good.
All right, he was nice.
He wasn't that good. He lost I think he lost all his money.
I mean, join the club. I don't know, NBA players.
Yeah, he lost all his money. So did Antoine Walker. He lost all his money. Yeah. But anyways, getting back to what we were saying, right? We were talking about Pat Bevan and Russell Westbrook. Right. So they had this rivalry. The Lakers end up picking him up. Now Russell Westbrook and Pat Beverly have to play on the same team together. Yo, I would I don't know if I would be able to do it, but we would have had to have a talk. I don't know if I would be as open to where they're. Go ahead.
Nah, because I knew Scott was going to do this, but basically, he's exactly my point. We couldn't five power forwards that Barkley played against. He's against bums. Nah, bro. Especially defensively, Scott. To go against Barkley to give him trouble. There's a lot of them out there. I just don't have it right now, but I would give you Sean Kemp defense. His defense was good. I'll give you Rodman defense was good. Dude, to satisfy that, I would give you Oakley. Right, that played against Barkley that gave him some trouble. I would give you you gotta take DC. Derek Coleman. It wasn't no walk in the park. You talking about DC, which he has that defense. And I would say he said Kemp was good for 2 seasons. And I would say who else was out there like that? Shit, on some defense, you could even say Larry Bird. Well, I don't know if
Larry Bird, his career ended in the early 90s, pretty much.
Yeah, about to say, but don't sleep on his defense.
Who's?
On Larry Bird's defense. Yeah, Larry Bird has some good defense.
You're thinking of 80s Larry Bird.
All right, then. So Bird's 80s. But, I mean, I don't know 5-point guards. I don't know no 5 people that could have gone. I gave you 4, I think.
Power forwards. That couldn't, that were better than Charles Barkley?
That could play with him. Because he's saying that Barkley played against bums. And I was like, nah, you can't say he played against no bums.
I mean, you've got matter of fact, here. I got my computer here.
Yeah.
Let's let me look up some.
Look it up too.
Some of the players because we're gonna forget about them, So I have to actually look at the power forwards of the 90s
of yesteryear.
Of yesteryear. of the '90s.
Right.
Um, so it says best power forwards of the '90s: Karl Malone, Dennis Rodman,
Yeah,
Sean
right.
Kemp, Tim Duncan. They're saying Chris Webber, he was late. Kevin Garnett, who Kevin Garnett started out playing small forward.
Right, that's what I'm saying,
Horace
bro.
Grant, Horace Grant, Vin Baker. They're saying Rasheed Wallace, but he was late.
But I'm
Danny
trying to
Manning
tell
at
you,
the
I
time, he
bought
was.
you mad. Everybody I said,
No, you didn't say all those people.
bro. I said Vin
You
Baker.
didn't. I know you
No,
did, but you.
no.
I'm still naming. I'm not. I'm not discrediting, but you're not. But this is. I can see it for myself.
All right, I'm about to put it on the
Rasheed
screen,
Wallace, Danny Manning, Otis Thorpe, Juwan Howard, Christian Leitner was trash. Robert Ory,
bro. Chris
AC
Layton was trash.
Green.
You
I
said?
mean, yeah. You know what?
Oh, I gotta
I
find
think
another one.
Scott has a point. However, he still played against tough competition.
Bro, well, I'm not gonna put it on the screen now, but I know it's got my drink now. Prepare for that. Well, yeah, like we're doing something else. They call me slipping. I could put it on the screen though, but I thought we was gonna talk about. But like you took this to this whole other area. Mo was talking about something. You was just talking shit about Barkley, and then like it got to here. Mo was gonna clip it and do something else. Yeah, so just like finish your point, Mo. Talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Mo.
So do you think that you could work with somebody
And that's all
who
good.
you had a huh?
Nah, go ahead though.
That you had a rivalry with like that, that you had history with? Do you think that you would be able
Nah,
to?
it would crash it,
No,
bro. Like, yeah, dude, these dudes got. I never knew they had so much of a history till I seen the video on it. It was like, yo, he tried to like hurt me like 4 times. Then like he got like he was successful hurting them a couple times, and they almost like had like fist fights like 3 times. So I'm like, yo,
he
dude, these dudes' history is too crazy.
he he got into like 6 altercations with them. Um, 4 times it was while he was defending him,
Yeah, that's what I'm
and
saying.
twice he ended up getting hurt. One was an injury, and the
Mhm.
other one was a re-injury from in this. I think may have been the same spot, but I don't think I would be able to work with somebody like that.
Nah, bro, it's like you're like that dude. Honestly, like I wouldn't even know why anybody would want him on the team, but I like the way he plays my damn self. So I don't know. I wouldn't want like a dude like that on my team. Pat Bev.
I think that was purposely done to try to get Russell Westbrook to act out so
Uh,
that he could demand a trade.
but nah, but he costs too much. So I think that's like when what's it dudes like smash LeBron mom.
Delonte West.
Yo, that's why Delonte West is out there like that. Like you know what I mean? So he did the ultimate violation and they turned their back on him as a team.
Nah, no. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they were
No, they did.
essentially
I know that he got traded to Boston after that. I think he got traded to Boston after that.
right. They said
I know
you
he got
mother
traded.
yo Mo, they said you mother then they just got out of there. But yeah, man. It's just like, you know, your human capital is more important than anything. So when you do something like immoral like that, everybody sees you for that type of person, being that type of person. So regardless of what,
Mom's at fault too. Mom's at fault too.
she is at fault, but you can't turn your back on your moms. But I'm not saying like Braun turned his back on him. I'm talking about like the team and all them dudes turned their back on him because he did that. Mom is at more fault to me, but at the same
Yeah,
time, she did what she did, and like, but he's trying to make a point. You could look at moms and be like, "Yo, he did that to do that." That's what I think.
yeah,
But
yeah. I mean, yeah. You couldn't leave. Now all of a sudden you can't leave Delonte around your mom's. You know,
right,
I
so it's
mean,
like don't give him no place
it's
to
like
live.
I can't trust him.
Right, so then
You
they
can't
give
trust. You
no,
can't trust Delonte West
you can't.
because he'll try to smash your mom's.
That's a fact. That's corny, son, on his part. You know what I mean? He played
I
the self
mean,
show. He played the self show. Regardless, bro, that's corny, bro. Regardless. to me, son. Yeah, if you did it or if you do it, you like it's corny, bro. But I would understand. I would
Yo,
understand.
yo, hold up, wait, yo,
I would understand though.
I would yo, I would have given anything to be in that locker room when LeBron found out.
He said, he said, "What do you?" He would say, "What do you mean?"
Yo,
You think that's one of them things where you like you know what somebody mean, and you say, "What do you mean, my mom?" He said, "Yeah, we have reason."
what?
He said, "LeBron, we have reason to believe Delonte is
Oh,
blessing your mom's cheeks." He said, "What do you mean?"
oh.
Repeat that.
He said we got footage of Delonte leaving LeBron's mother's
Who you
place,
think
and
told him? Who you think told him?
um, yo, I think who I think told him.
You think it was a private investigator, or you think
I
it was
think
Delonte told
I
him?
think I think Shaq told him.
He said, "Yo, little bro." He said, "Yo,
Yo,
little bro."
because you know how Shaq like to keep things going. Shaq told him. He's like, yo, you know, little fella smashing your moms.
Nah, I don't, that's crazy. Like how he might know, because like he got like such a deep admiration for his mom. And
You
she
know,
out there, Delonte got all them tattoos and stuff like that. Because like
he said he said he said I'm your new daddy now. Oh,
yeah, right. He said, I'm
God.
the captain now.
Oh, man.
He said, Bron, grab that basketball. Yeah, I think that's the
I'm going to
reason
go
why
over
our son is down there, down and out. But
the final straw was when Delonte said, I'm going to your mom's house for a back massage.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, it's not funny. It's not funny. I'm just, but that, I don't think I could live with that. I couldn't,
Nah. On my
I
team,
couldn't do
nah.
it.
You gotta get rid of it.
Nah.
It's certain things teammates could do. That's why, like, to me, football teams have so many coaches because those dudes, they do so much fuck shit. Anything can happen.
No, football has so many coaches because there's so many damn people on the team.
No, I know
You got,
that, but you still
yeah.
call your coach before you call head coach.
Oh, yeah.
And like your
Yeah.
coach is still the person that's making sure you're not doing crazy shit. Like he knows your girlfriend's name and type shit like that.
Yeah, that's like when Tony Parker hooked up with Brent Berry's wife.
Yeah, see? The NBA they
Yeah.
stay shit like that in the NBA though. In the NBA,
But
you always gonna find that more than anything.
yeah, but LeBron's the only one that never got in trouble. Like he's probably the only superstar that never got in trouble. Never.
Yo, let me tell you something I saw yesterday with sports, right? Because I hear all these people talk crap about, and I'm not like a Tampa Bay fan, right? But like
Mm-hmm.
people like, oh, Tom Brady is going down because X Y Z, like, and I'm like, yo, damn, son, like a dude's getting divorced and everything. They're like, yo, and the people are still talking shit about him, right? I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
bro, right now, this dude is still in the playoffs. Even though like they losing, I'm like, yo, he's still in the playoffs. He's still doing everything he got to do. He don't mind dropping them games, bro. You know what I mean? He's still gonna be who he's gonna be, and he probably gonna make a deep run into the playoffs because like he playing like an old person. You ever like play like an old person? They make you run for the jump shot and run, and then at the end
Yeah.
they just start busting your ass. That's how it is,
Yep.
man.
Because they know that it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Right.
That's why.
Hmm.
And they're smart enough to, like Muhammad Ali did the rope a dope. They're
Yeah.
smart
Right.
enough to do that. So
Yo. So
yeah,
because I got Xbox, I can't play you in PlayStation, right? Online
you might be
and
able
shit.
to. Scott would know more about that.
Why Scott got Xbox too?
Nah, Scott don't got no Xbox. His wife wouldn't let him have that.
Oh, nah, he probably once again.
Ah, ah.
But
No,
look,
no, I don't think. No, honestly, I don't think Scott has time to be playing video games.
yeah,
Personally,
Scott's trying to be like a
I just,
doctor sometimes. He trying to
yeah,
do something with his
he,
life, man.
yeah,
I'm really trying to submerge. I'm trying to submerge my life into shit like this. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to do nothing constructive with my life. I make just enough money to live comfortably like this.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
make money off of bowling.
Bro, and fucking videotape your bowling. Yo, I seen some shit where like in New York City, like if you ever see somebody in the bus lane and you take a picture of them in the bus lane, they'll pay you $75 for that picture. You just walking around, running around taking pictures all day.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But word. So yeah, we're gonna do a long format shirt. Sure, I got some shows. Hopefully this weekend, I'm gonna try to rock out. I'm gonna call you on Saturday, see if you with it, or Sunday if you want to come through. You knock some of these out, so I can have some work to do next week. But
Yeah.
word, bro. Mo will
Well,
be the
we
Mo.
got
You gonna be the
7 minutes.
captain of the team in like 2 months? Nah, if you got
What's
something
that?
like Brooke said, you're gonna be the captain of the bowling team.
Oh yeah. So I'm like one of the fastest people to learn how to bowl and keep my average up, and to the point where they're like, "Yeah, you're going to be a captain."
That's the
But
league room. Brooke says that's the league rumor. Whoa.
yeah, yeah. No, they.
More, you guys gonna have
So what?
cool shirts? You gonna be like, moonwalking in
Nah.
some
So you
bowling
know
alley
what?
and shit.
I have to bowl in a short sleeve shirt.
Why to
It
show
has
your
to be a
guns?
cutoff.
Why?
No,
Why,
no.
Mo?
So it's you know how they have those superstitions?
Yeah,
I feel like I bowl better when I bowl with a short sleeve shirt. Do you have a superstition, or does anybody in the chat
I
have a
do.
superstition that they do?
Yeah,
'Cause
I
Mine,
haven't
mine
I
is
haven't changed
short
my
sleeve shirt.
underwears in 5 months. Yours is a short sleeve shirt. Wait, what? What happened?
I mean,
Yours is
I don't. Yeah, I wear a short sleeve basketball shirt when I bowl, and I always bowl really like decent. But whenever I wore a short sleeve shirt for a week just to see like a short, not a short sleeve. I wore so I wore a cutoff,
mm,
and that's what makes me bowl better. But one day I wore a short sleeve shirt, and then I did it for a week actually, and I bowled horribly. And
mm.
I think it's because I need a short sleeve shirt. I need something or a cutoff because I need my body to like breathe. I need to feel like I'm comfortable,
That is a
and
hell of a superstition, bro. That's a superstition.
yeah,
Yeah, but
yep. That's mine. What's yours? You don't change your
me,
drawers. You
I
said
don't change my drawers ever, bro.
disgusting.
Nah, nah, I don't just.
That's
Yeah,
disgusting.
like how long are you supposed to keep a pair of underwear?
I mean, it really depends on you. I guess when at the point where it starts to disintegrate,
Right, I'm on some.
that's when you got to get rid of them.
Hmm. I was gonna say I'm on some 3 month shits, but this be shits I really like. But I stay dumping them shit.
Nah,
You
as
keep the
long as
joints
they
for a minute?
fit and they're good.
Nah. But
But yeah, man. So
got anything else,
any
Mo?
any last words, Myles?
No last words from me. Just applause. Yo, bro, we got hit me up so you can give me a date. You gonna come through, man? So I can figure it out. I got like
I
a
will.
couple
Yeah,
guys coming
yeah.
up.
We'll do that. Applause, applause, applause.
Yeah, I'm working on some sound effects too. But I just got forgot to get them in. Gene just sent me this program. Hopefully, I'm gonna look at it. But other than that,
Well,
man, we out, man. Unless anybody else has anything for us, we about to sit the air horn. We out. All right, sucker.
all right. See you later.
All right,
Bye,
bye.
guys. Thank you.
Bye.